So we're going to have him introduce himself to the audience.
How's everybody doing? Anthony Beckford. You know, community advocate, mentor, activist. You know, also the New York State Assembly candidate for District 42, which is Flatbush, East Flatbush, Midwood and Ditmas Park, part of the Green Party as well.
So you're a little Superman, huh? In the community.
I got to do what I have to do for the people.
Yeah, somebody has to, right?
So you were here last year. You were running for city council.
Yeah.
So obviously that didn't happen. But you're stepping it up. Like now you're going to state.
Right.
So what is the driving force behind you? Like you haven't had any position in any office ever, right?
No, I'm usually the one that shut down the elected officials.
Right.
You know, especially in the movement. But then, like I said, the city council race last year, I knew that I had a lot of, pushback against me, especially when it came to, the corporate donors that, my opponent was having.
Right.
The way he embedded himself into the community. So then my campaign then became about, accountability.
Right.
To try to force him into tightening himself up back to his roots. So there's a lot of things that I actually saw that he actually started tightening up on. So literally I actually won because I got the people to get, some of their demands met, when it came to him, So technically I won. I actually got votes, way more than I thought I was going to get. So I was like, cool, because that means I brought out more voters than, voted, in any type of election in our district. Going for state, to be honest, I was not going to go for state assembly. I was like, I'm going to wait till 2021. I'm coming back harder than ever. But then people in the community were like, oh, we need you in the state too. And I'm like, oh, what now? Cause
more pressure.
But to be honest, I didn't even know who our state assembly member was.
Oh, wow.
That's how absent she was in the community. So I was like, I didn't have no complaints and stuff. I was like, well, I don't know this person. I don't know if I should run. But then the little bug inside of me that I said, hey, look into it. I started seeing the money, transactions, dirty money, and I started seeing lack of legislations, lack of representation, gentrification. It hit off a whole new level. The divisiveness that she's trying to bring in the Caribbean community and stuff. I was like, yo, it's done. I'm stepping in. So I did a slow announcement. I did a soft announcement, but I didn't let a lot of people know. I just let people around me in my circle know, and I started building momentum from there. Started putting up posters, and I know people were like, "Wait, I thought he just did see the wait, what's going on here?"
Right.
And I know a lot of people was getting confused about it, but when it finally came out, when I finally said yes, I'm running, a lot of people were like, "Yes, you have to run." So so now I'm going to state assembly, and this is a fight.
Yeah.
This is a fight.
Yeah. You sure you're up for that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in it. I'm in it. Backing it. Backing my opponents is always into the corner.
Right.
Like I said, they're just into this this political conditioning that they put in. They were groomed for this. I was groomed for the people. Right. So when I bring the fight, it's not about me crying and whining about legislation. It's about basically fighting for the lives of the people to make sure there's legislation for the people. So, like I said, we were out there fighting, and I know a lot of people were worried about, am I, like they did last year, am I going to tone down on the activism and stuff? No, we just shut down a nail salon. Nah, none of that is toning down.
How was that experience with that whole, it's insane. Like, how was that whole process, actually shutting it down?
Well, one, big up to Thelma, Christina, and Shimmy, who were the victims, that brutal gang attack.
That was terrible. That was just terrible.
But the crazy thing is, my birthday was on August 2nd. So I was at Queen Bee's right around the corner from there. The incident happened on August 3rd. I was at karaoke right around the corner at Queen Bee's and so forth, but nobody came and got me. And I'm like,
right.
I didn't think anything of it, Right. The 4th came, I started hearing noise, what was going on. Then finally somebody sent me the video, and I was like, wait, what? All I could picture was my daughters, my mother, my grandmother, and I'm like, No, this is not happening. So there was a video from a young woman who put out the call saying, more people need to come out and support. That's the video that my people sent to me. Then I saw the video of what happened. Went out there. First, I called out basically all of my crew, from the activism community throughout New York City. And I was like, we got to go out there and shut this down. So we went out there and we joined the community and we shut it down, and it's been closed ever since. We're working on the second location right now that they have further down the block from them at 1224 North Avenue. So it's been a consistent movement.
So it will never open up again?
Oh, not as long as we did.
Not at that location.
Not at that location.
Wow.
And I want to make it clear, it wasn't an elected official. It wasn't any type of legislation. There was a petition, but the petition didn't even get delivered yet. It was literally the community.
Wow.
The black community stepped up its game. And literally, I stood there smiling for half of the time.
It's about time.
Yeah, because I was like, this is what community is.
Yeah,
right?
it's about
This is what
time.
I've been yelling about all these years. This is what Malcolm talked about.
Right.
Asada. So, man, I was proud. And I'm proud of the women that's been standing out there. Jay, Jamela, Carol, Aisha, and, my daughter. My youngest daughter, 6 years old, she's been out there. Aisha's daughter, Isis, I think she's like 8 or 9. They've been out there. So the children of the movement were actually out there voicing. They're out there with the bullhorns and doing chants, and it was empowering.
Just give people, because the audience is global. Just give people the synopsis of what happened.
All right.
We're talking. We know the situation.
Yeah.
Right, but
just
like
to give
globally, people want to know
why
what
was the
happened.
nail salon shut down?
So check this. Imagine this. Imagine that you're there. Imagine your grandmother and your daughter or your sister go to a nail salon. They're getting their pedicures, on a Friday night, feeling good about themselves, spa day. And, your sister or your granddaughter ends up getting eyebrow wax, and they take off half of the eyebrow, mess up the other one, and they refuse to pay the extra $5, which is notable in business. You're not satisfied, you don't pay. That's a civil matter. But then imagine the fact that you becoming lawful in prison by the owner locking the door on you, and his wife, who's considered the boss lady, and the staff are now setting up broomsticks around for premeditated gang assault. And then when the concerned citizen comes in to see what's going on, the assault occurs, your grandmother gets punched, you're trying to, your family's in there trying to defend themselves, and they're getting beat with broomsticks. They're getting acetone thrown in their eyes, which everybody know acetone is nail polish remover.
Yeah.
So that could blind you. People getting cut with razors. Like, people, and people. I remember somebody asked me, but why would y'all be so angry? Why would we not be so angry? Everybody else go out there and they get upset about things like this.
Yeah.
It's okay, well, Becky Shoe's all right. But when a black person do it, it's, they're just violent. No, it's not about violence. It's about protecting your community. People coming in and siphoning money out your community and making your community, making poverty even become more evident in your community. You're wondering where the resources are going. That's where it's going. Then they have the nerve to beat on your family members? No. And like I told everybody been telling me that they've been seeing, the media, showing my face and stuff, with being out there in the movement. I told them, I said, no matter if you're an Asian business, a black business, a Jewish business, Italian business, if you commit acts of violence against our community, especially women in our community, we're shutting you down. I support small businesses, but I will not support any violence against our community from these businesses at all.
Especially a business where we, as black people, put a lot of money.
$15,000 to $20,000 a month is what these businesses.
I think
make.
that's more than. I think it's more than that.
Well, Fridays and Saturdays, hit or miss, especially Labor Day coming up, which is why even I've been saluting the women that's been out there consistently, because they've been giving out flyers about black businesses to go to as alternatives. They've been educating the sisters who have been going to the other location, letting them know, like, hey, there are other businesses you go to support to bring money back in, which if y'all remember last year, I kept on talking about Black Wall Street. This right here expresses why we need Black Wall Streets back. We got to bring the money back. And back.
Me personally, I haven't gone to Asia since this whole thing. No, personally, I haven't, because I just feel like I spend my hard-earned money, and no. Yeah, it could have been me. It could have been anybody that happened
and you
to.
figure the family's been going there for 10, 12 years.
Yeah, right.
So it could be anybody at any point.
It doesn't matter how long they've known you. Once it comes to money, they turn
Exactly, because even after this incident, now videos started popping up in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, and down in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I've seen situations for myself not as bad, but situations have turned ugly.
Yeah. So, it was something that needed to be happening.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't even know when I was there. They didn't even know I was running as a candidate. Until they looked, they were like, "Wait, is that a poster from on the side of the car? Wait, you're running?" I'm like, "Yeah." But then they loved it because they were like, "Wow, somebody's actually out here fighting for us who isn't, that's going into politics." And I have to remind them, I'm not a politician. I'm an advocate. I'm always going to fight for my people regardless. Imagine if I do this out here, for the community. Imagine what I'm going to do in Albany for the community.
Huh. You'll shake them up.
Leo, they need that fire, Charles Barron is out there by himself, holding down the fort. I gotta go out there and hold it down for the people. He got East New York, I got Flappers in East Flappers. Let's do this.
Yeah, so, and we know from definitely last year, you are somebody that's out in the front lines. I believe last year was the incident with the police and the emotionally disturbed
shooting. That was last year.
Yeah. But it was so crazy. It seems like every time people telling me to go run,
something
happens, and I'm like, "Oh, y'all thought I was gone?" So there's Dwayne Jr. At the anniversary was just recently. Salute to the June family. But then even in between that, we had Saeed Vassell up there on Utica and Montgomery.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Vassell because I'm working with the family in regards to that. It's a lot.
So many incidents have happened in between there.
Yeah, it's a lot that's going on. And like I said, there's a lot of people in the movement that don't support my choice in running for politics. But I keep on repeating this message, that was told by one of the leaders in the movements, Malcolm X. We chant, we march, we chant. What's next? Political empowerment, spiritual empowerment, economical empowerment. Like, we have to get up and do these things. We have to make the changes. We can't just be out there demanding these things and not have people in place to answer our demands and open up the floodgates of funding for our communities.
Right.
Because even if they don't pass one legislation I put through, because trust me, they're gonna be looking at me like, really, you trying to push that? But as long as I could put some fundings out there, as long as I could do participatory, budgets as being the first assembly person to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that our schools get the funding. I'm gonna make sure that we get more black businesses. I'm gonna make sure more vocational schools are out there so that way, black youths are able, boys and girls are able to get the training they need, but not only in different fields, but also as learn entrepreneurship, to start owning their businesses, start learning how to buy buildings and provide affordable housing, since the mayor and the governor sure ain't doing it for us. So we gotta do it for ourselves.
It starts from school. They really should, incorporate some kind of courses where they teach them how to use money, how to spend money, how to build capital.
But you figure they taking money out of our communities. They trying to take everything away from our communities. They're trying to push us out the community. So they're not going to try to do it. So it's time for the people to make their choice about what is it that they really want come November 6th. Because my opponent, her last election, she got in 39,000 votes, but she was going against a Republican. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm a Green Party candidate, but before a party, I'm a black man. I'm out here fighting hard for my peoples. That's why I'm people over party, people over profits, people over petty politics. So I tell people, if there's 129,000 registered voters and only 39,000 of them are faithful to her, then I need the 90,000 to become activated. I need them to say, enough is enough. It is time for us to have true representation. They just can't talk about it.
Right.
Like I tell these poly tricksters out here, lip service is cheap. Action is everything. We have to make it happen. Have to make it happen.
So once again, everybody out there, we're talking to Anthony Beckford. He's running for state assembly in Brooklyn. What district?
District 42. So
42.
Flatbush, East Flatbush, Dimmers Park and Midwood, my whole area, especially Flatbush and East Flatbush. I always got to represent the last stronghold against full-on gentrification.
Right.
In 2 years, we may end up losing Flatbush and East Flatbush. I'm trying to stop that from happening.
You think so?
It's coming. Especially the fact that my opponent is pro-developer. The money that she's been receiving, even receiving money from union busters.
Right.
So literally she's taking every black, strong point that we have and stripping it away. And it's sad because she's a black woman. But in the same way she hasn't showed up for the incident, the nail salon will put out a statement. But
She
these were
should have
black
been
women.
there. She should have been
and
there.
She's a black woman.
Right.
Yeah.
But she tried to play slick. She tried to have a surrogate go out there and try to, act like it was, not her district when, I pulled up the files and was like, yeah, this is her district, so we're going to be out here. But at the same time, too, she's of Haitian descent. We got this little issue now going on, the fact that we designated Little Caribbean last year. Now she got, my opponent from last year and some others, like I said, petty politics. Had them, designate, most of the area Little Haiti. But I'm like, well, hold up. Haitians aren't the only ones that live here, and they're not the largest population out here.
And I believe they renamed Rogers Avenue.
Yeah.
So first they renamed, was it Newkirk and Nostrand after Toussaint.
Right.
And stuff. So I was there, show the community support, cause like heck yeah, we need more namings.
Right.
Then they did Rogers Avenue. I was there for that as well too. I stopped the protest real quick. I was at, went up there, showed support, hopped back there and stuff like that. But then, but like I said, the designation of Little Haiti wasn't needed because that is actually taken away from the community itself. And stuff like that I don't agree with. Because like I said, we are united. We used to have this saying back in the days before the colonizers came in and stripped us, of our natural, resources and our identities. It was one people under the sun. And that's what I'm promoting. We're one people under the sun. And I also formed Caribbean Unity Alliance in response, to her divisiveness. Especially her being Haitian, she should know the history of her people with Hispaniola. Know what Toussaint and them fought for. Know the fact that the Spaniards came in and made the DR, and the French came in and made Haiti, and made Haiti, basically a slave cultivated type, country, and split one country into two. You can't do that in our communities out here. We have to stop the colonizer mindset. But then that's what happens when you are with the politricksters. You are answering to corporations. When you are an agent, you're a black agent of white supremacy. Right. So gotta stop.
So now we're moving up to the state level.
Yeah.
Because you'll basically be in Albany.
Yeah.
Do you think that will change, because you won't be grassroots as much as you are now, where if something happens, you can just jump up and go, like you said, go around the corner. Now you're dealing with the suits, and you 3 hours away.
Hold on, who said that?
So I'm just saying,
I'm hopping on the Amtrak, the Greyhound,
the jet, something.
Even if I gotta hop on the state speaker's back and be like, yeah let's go.
So you would hop on the train if you got to?
If the community needs me, I'll be back here. Because here's the thing with her, she moved her office to Flatbush for optics to make it seem like she's there. But the real reason, and I'm gonna put it out there, is because she couldn't afford the rent of her office where it was at before. So she moved the office to try to get a cheaper rent, but then her move jacked up the rent for the tenants that's in the building above her, and so forth. But she's never there. There's many times I've been on the live feed of Albany, and she's not there on a lot of legislation that's needed, especially public safety. So when it comes to it, I'm gonna be back and forth. Like I consider state assembly as the in between, as the middle person between city council and senate. Right. So I'm always gonna be back and forth. I'm gonna make, we got our offices in Albany. I'm gonna make sure I have an office here, in Brooklyn as well too, in the district. I'm gonna make sure I'm back and forth. And if I can't be there at that time, I know that I have the support of the community to be out there. I know I got people out there in the movement that will go out there and represent the community the way it needs to be represented. Because we can't just turn a blind eye to things. We can't blame distance, stuff like that. We have to take the opportunities that we have that were given to us and make positive, influences and interactions with them. So with me, it's gonna be to always be there. Because plus I got a daughter. She's in school. Of course, I'm gonna be out here. It's not gonna be no homeschool and stuff like that. No, I'm gonna be still active. In the community. I'm still gonna be out here. I'm gonna be out here marching. Even if I gotta take the march to the protest to Albany with me, so be it. We're gonna get a couple of dollar vans, go up there and be like, okay, we're gonna shut you down. Then we go back to Brooklyn, go shut down something else. But that's the way it has to be because there's too much privilege being handed out for people to turn a blind eye. I don't want the privilege. I'm willing to get my hands dirty as always. I'm willing to go through the mud. I'm willing to be on the front lines, and I will be on the front lines always. Nothing will ever change it. You know, even wearing a suit, you guys see, like, I had the suit jacket on earlier. It was too hot for that. You know, but, you know, even with the suit, like, I've been protesting with the suit on. And people are like, well, aren't you hot? Yeah, but this is what matters more. I'll be uncomfortable, but I can't have my people suffering.
So do you have to go to a primary next month, or is it just straight?
Nah, I'm going straight through. I'm going straight through. Come on, I'm a firecracker. You know,
you're just going straight through.
I'm a firecracker. Put it like this: like, if I stayed on the Democrat line, you know, there'll be a lot of powers trying to stop me from getting into the primaries. I already know the dirtiness of it. You know, Frank Sedgwick and all of them, you know, who have so much money in the mafia lifestyle that they put into politics to try to maintain their power and money. You know, whatever. Y'all can keep that. You know, I tell people the primaries for people to play in the sandbox. I'm getting more strategic. I'm preparing for this final war. You know, but like I tell people, you know, I'm doing what I got to do, but it's up to them to put me where I need to be for them. So let's say long shot I don't win. I'm still going to do what I'm doing. I'm still going to hold this opponent accountable. I'm still going to be in the district shutting down her office. Even when she called when she had her office called the police on me the other day when I did a housing action to hold her accountable for that. I stayed out there. The police ran back in their cars. This is what we got to do. We have to show them that no matter what, body, whatever needs to be on the line, we will be out there. Because two things I have is empathy and I have the motivation to sacrifice for the people. You know, and that's what a lot of these people lost. Which is why they're puppets to the system. You know, so, but like I said, I'm going to be in a general election November 6th. So everybody need to make sure they go on November 6th. Even if you want to write me in on the ballot on September 13th, hey, I invite you to do so too. Hey, you know, let my name be known. But November 6th is going to be the battle, you know, royale when it comes to it. You know, this is probably the hardest election she's ever had, especially since I've been exposing a lot of things that a lot of people in the community did not know about her. You know, I've been having the posters everywhere, the flyers everywhere. You know, I got the nice shirts out. You know, we're doing the park. Matter of fact, we're doing the Parkway on Monday. You know, we did it last year. I'm doing it again this year. We're going hard. I'm the only candidate that has people of every single party background supporting them. You know, I got Democrats support me, Greens support me. I got a few Republicans support me, Reform Party members support me, Liberal Party members support me. Like, and it's all about the issue. Cause like I said, I'm people over party. You know, I don't let no party hold me back. I don't let no party control what I do or tell me what issues I'm going to speak on, what platforms I'm going to fight for. You know, if you're not aligned with the people, you're not aligned with me.
So once again, it's Anthony Beckford for the State Assembly. So if people want to join in your movement, where's your office at?
I am the office. Okay. No, but I am on the junction though. Right there on North between Farragut and Glenwood.
You have a physical office there?
We had to file our homes or whatever as a thing. So since I don't get corporate backing, I can't afford a lavish, you know, $6,000 a month rent, you know, storefront. So I do everything in home, you know, and that's what it's registered in. Y'all can look it up online. I'm not gonna put it out there, everybody, you know. But definitely, you see me out there in the streets, suited or not suited. You know, I am at Queen Bee's Tavern a lot. That is like the secondary headquarters and stuff.
So do you need like more bodies on your team?
I need more bodies. I need more donations. They could go on the website, which is vote for Beckford, which is BECKFORD.nationbuilder.com. Okay. You know, they could donate there. They could sign up to volunteer there as well too. Because like I said, we're taking this massively. This is a movement. This is not just an election. This is a movement. On Twitter, you know, the love is real on there. Okay. You know, and my Twitter is vote for Beckford. Yeah, vote for Beckford, which is vote the number 4 Beckford. BECKFORD. Facebook, Anthony Beckford for State Assembly, FOR. State Assembly, and like I said, we're making moves. You know, a lot of people are out there reaching out. You know, a lot of people have been telling me that they've been seeing me on News 12. You know, yesterday at a forum for another elected level, which is like judges and AG. Right. I had a Supreme Court judge nominee, you know, tell me, hey, I support you, you know, and when you did a video the other day calling out the developers, that was right next door to my home. Right. And I'm like, oh, wow. You know,
right
walking down the block, people like, hey, Mr. Beckford. I'm like, hey. You know, I'm still getting used to the publicity. Right. I'm used to the man behind the iron mask, but, you know, it's what's needed.
Right.
It's what's needed. The people have to know somebody's out there fighting for them. Like today, I was out there in this 92-degree heat that felt like 125, with my volunteers, we were out there tabling, giving out flyers, giving out pens, giving out buttons and stuff, and letting people know, like, somebody's actually out here for y'all. Stop being conditioned by a two-party system. One will stab you in the face, the other one will stab you in the back. Look at the person, look at the issues they fighting for, and look at their track record.
Right.
If the person never been there, man, that's a snake in your grass. If the person's been out there putting their life on the line, putting their body on the line for you, then that's the person that is truly going to represent you, never going to sell out. Like I said, I don't take corporate donations. Everything about me is grassroots. Right. I take donations from the people because that's who I'm to be held accountable by.
So once again, we appreciate you coming through, and of course, come November, if you want to pass through once again, because we're probably gonna have more to talk about, as we move along. So once again, we're speaking to Anthony Beckford for State Assembly, right here in the gallery.
The gallery every Tuesday. Miss Stacy, Nicole Renee, and Bad Man Benny.